Hey everybody, Invisiblekatana here doing a reaction to the Star Wars Rogue One Trust trailer. Initially I was going to skip this because I was like, I don't want to see any more trailers. The movie's coming out pretty soon. And I was watching another video. I thought I saw the trailer, but it was just it was the Breathe TV spot, and it got me super excited. It was like 30 seconds, and it was just Darth Vader breathing and some random clips. I thought that was the trailer people were talking about, and I forgot about this one. And it's not like the official trailer. They specifically call it the Trust trailer. I believe it's Trust. I'm pretty sure it's Trust. Yeah. And I wasn't going to watch it, like I said. I was watching something else, and I thought they were reacting to the trailer that I saw, the Breathe trailer. And then I saw that little ending snippet, and there's something with Donnie Yen. He hit 2 stormtroopers. I was like, nope, I got to see this trailer because it's Donnie Yen doing martial arts. So that's why I'm doing this reaction. With it being Star Wars, it's one of the few things I actually really care to do a reaction to, because I did a couple that I was like, meh. But it was like this and Ghost in the Shell I actually really love, so I was like, Star Wars, I have to do it. Fortunately, I just happened to get my Star Wars hat yesterday from my house, which I haven't been to in weeks, so kind of full circle, because the very first reaction I did for this movie, I had my Star Wars hat on, so, I'm not wearing the same shirt. I was wearing a Star Wars Mario Kart mashup t-shirt at that time, but kind of full circle because this is the last trailer, at least the last one I'm going to do a reaction for, and we don't have too much longer to wait, so I'm just going to get into this trailer and enjoy, and I'm already excited just for that ending scene because Donnie Yen does some martial arts. But here we go.
Trust the Force.
See, that I knew about. I remember people talking about that. Her connection to the Force and stuff.
The Empire's building a weapon capable of destroying an entire planet. They call it the Death Star. We need to capture the plans if there's any hope of destroying it. We want to help.
All right. How many do I need?
I'm just enjoying looking at this.
The captain said I had to.
Try.
The power that we are dealing with here is immeasurable. I will not fail. The Imperial forces are converging on our present location.
Oh, okay.
Take hold of this moment.
I like that droid a lot.
The force is strong.
Tell me you have a backup plan.
Touch it.
Some space
May the
combat.
Force be with us.
Naturally, of course.
Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
Yeah, see that right there.
You almost got me. You're welcome. Rated PG-13 in theaters December 16th.
Oops, almost started again. That was sweet. It was Star Wars. I didn't really need to see it to know I was going to enjoy it. There is some extra stuff in here. Mostly this opening sequence with her mother, where she gives her like this crystal, which I highly doubt is a kyber crystal or anything like that, where she'll like make a lightsaber or anything. But I thought that was cool. I was like, alright, that adds to that element. We already kind of had that with Donnie Yen's character, where he knows of the Force, but he's not a Jedi. That was a big thing about it, and I thought that was cool. I was like, I like that. It's the sort of movie where it's Star Wars, and they still have the Force in it and stuff, but it's not like, of course, Darth Vader, he's, an actual Sith Force user. But for the most part, a lot of the characters don't use the Force, and even those that know of it, they aren't just like Jedi or Sith. It's, characters like Donnie Yen, where it's like, I understand what the Force is, and apparently so does our main character. So the two of them have a connection to the Force, but neither of them are really, like trained Jedi or anything like that. So I actually really love that. And we have a couple of new clips in here as well, like when they shoot the AT-AT and, it turns away, but then it actually turns back because he didn't flat out destroy it, of course. The space combat looks phenomenal. Everything looks great in this. The space, all the stuff in space just looks great. Like all the figures, and it's just looking good. This part where they use the X-Wings and they're actually like flying through, that reminds me of one of the ships from the prequels, actually, like the Separatist ships that were like those big, like basically they were like 90% circle and they stop in that one little that one little middle section. It kind of looked like that a little bit, just because it was a ship in a circle, so it made me think of the prequels, honestly. But I like this trailer. I thought that was pretty awesome, especially the ending sequence, because I can't wait to see Donnie Yen use his skills inside of a Star Wars movie. Like, that just has me excited. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to seeing all these different locations. I love the droid in this. I don't know anyone's name just yet. I suck at names in general. Even for TV shows I've watched for years, I forget people's names. So until I see the movie, I'm not really going to remember anyone's name except for Darth Vader and our main character. And I'm still not even 100% sure how to pronounce her name. I'm not sure if it's Jen or Jun. I believe it's Jun Ursa or Urso. I don't even know. Point is, though, it's enjoyable because it's Star Wars, and I'm super excited for this. Disney, this is super random, but you guys may have noticed that it was like really wide when I had it. Disney, I guess, is deciding to do that with all their movies, because they had that with the Cars trailer that I did. It's like super wide format now. Like, everyone's doing, like, I guess it's the 1440 format. So I thought that was interesting that Disney was like, hey, let's just go full on with that. So every time you look at it in a small window, it's like super widescreen instead of, being like a normal square. But that's fine. That was just something I wanted to note, because I noticed it with the other Disney movies. Like, they're doing, all of their things come out as different formats now. So, great trailer. Star Wars, like I said, I'm excited, for the freaking movie. I was excited when I found out it was coming out. When I heard it was super dark, I was excited for it. When I found out what the story of it was, with it being the people that got the plans to the Death Star, all of that, there's not much to it that, honestly, this trailer doesn't add to my excitement. In a weird way, it doesn't, because it's Star Wars. Like, Star Wars, it's already at its pinnacle. It's like, I'm gonna see it. I'm about as excited as I could be all the time for Star Wars. If I'm being totally honest, if it's a new Star Wars, I'm pretty much always at the peak of excitement. So just seeing the trailer, or seeing a new trailer, anything like that, it does add to it in a way, but at the same time, it's like, I didn't need this. I don't need this to be more excited. Like, it's Star Wars. There's nothing in these trailers that's going to make me want to see it any faster, because I want to see it at midnight or earlier if possible. I would love to go to a premiere for a Star Wars movie. But I love this trailer. I'm super excited to see all these new locations, because this seems like, this movie seems to kind of jump all over the place. We're going to be in space. We're going to be on, like, this desert, like half desert, half oasis thing. We got the stuff with the flashbacks from when Joan was a kid. So, the style for that was really interesting. And, like, the last trailer is like all black sand and stuff. So I love the different locales that they go into and different climates and stuff, because we typically don't get that in Star Wars movies. It's kind of like, you get this and you get this. They kind of did do it in Episode 7, and they started to do that a little bit, I'd say, in the prequels. But I guess just the way it looks, everything is so drastically different. And like I said, in 7, they definitely started to do that, because they went from, let's go from desert to green to ice. So they certainly did that, or, to snow. So they certainly have, like, the 3 locations, and this seems like, this almost seems like blending the multiple locations into one location. So we have the desert and the green together, so it's like a desert oasis thing. And that's, something we just don't see too often. We're getting to see more of kind of the roots of, like, old school Star Wars, where they're just in a random, like, village and stuff. They're in towns and things like that, and they're in alleyways and stuff like that. And they haven't had, this is weird to say, but they haven't had, like, an alleyway in a Star Wars movie, like, forever. So them just being in little places, probably going to find themselves in a cantina at some point, of course. But just the look of it is great. The emotional tone to it, with it seeming, so dark. And what we know the story is, I think we're all kind of guessing the same thing. There are going to be a couple of people that just don't make it out. Who knows if any of them are going to live, honestly. I would assume someone gets the info out, but that doesn't necessarily mean that anyone in this movie is actually going to survive, to do anything. Like, it's not getting the sequel, but to go on to even be in the universe at any point, they might all just die off in this film. We don't know yet. I know someone's going to die. I think we all know somebody in here is done for. But I'm super excited for this. We only got, like, a couple weeks. I think 2.5 weeks or something like that. So I'm incredibly excited. This movie comes out on the 19th. Something like that. So I'm happy. Like, that's all I need to really. That's it. I mean, I'm freaking happy. It's Star Wars. More Star Wars is good. For the most part, it's good. I mean, some people might not say that all the time because of the prequels, but at this point, more Star Wars is good. Things have been looking up for Star Wars. Last movie was great. Star Wars Rebels is a really great show right now. Um, Not too much on the video game front, unfortunately. The last big Star Wars thing, with it being Knights of the Old Republic, that didn't exactly do much for everybody. Those trailers are absolutely breathtaking, though. If you watch even if you don't play the games, you gotta watch those trailers. Like, all those trailers are just like, every once in a while I just watch compilations where people just put all the trailers together and I'm like, yep, that was a good 30 minutes, because it's just, they're so amazing. They look amazing, and the action is great, and just all the characters, and it actually does tell a story in every single trailer, and they're all phenomenal. So if you happen to be a huge Star Wars fan and for whatever reason you haven't seen those trailers yet, look up the Old Republic trailers. Like, go all the way back to like the first trailer, because I think there's probably about 7 at this point. Like, they just recently did a new one that came out that everybody was talking about that was also absolutely phenomenal. So check out all of those if you haven't seen them. Even if you're like kind of a Star Wars fan, that's the type of stuff that you want to see. Like, look up the Old Republic trailers, the CG trailers. They're absolutely amazing. But can't wait to see this movie, of course. If you're somehow even more excited, or, like I said, I mean, for me, it's like, it's awesome to see it, but nothing's going to make me want to see it any faster, because it's Star Wars. I instantly want to see it day one. That's guaranteed. So I want to know what you guys thought about this trailer, so please comment below. Let me know your favorite parts about it, even your least favorite parts about it. We're getting into, the TV spots and stuff like that. I mentioned I saw the Darth Vader one that had me super excited and stuff, and that was like 20 to 30 seconds long. So, I want to know how amped up you guys are. If gonna see it day one, if you're just gonna see it, all over the weekend or whatever when it comes out. Definitely want to know what you guys are thinking about it, and, like I said, what you thought about the trailer. So please comment below, let me know. And of course, thanks for watching.